afternoon. Well, as you can see, I'm by the coast again. And it's not sunrise, although it does look very dark on this camera. There's some reasonable cloud, and I thought I'd come out for a sunset shoot. So I've whizzed over to Withernsea. High tide is 5 o'clock. It is 5 to 4-ish. And the tide is in a hell of a lot further than I was expecting. A hell of a lot further. So I've kind of scrabbled over these cedar fence rocks, which are blooming huge. And I need to get this shot done before it cuts me off and I can't get back. There are ways that you can get over. Oh, excuse me, the wind's picking up. There's definitely routes you can take, but ideally I want to get back before this tide comes in too high. It's a 6.83 metre tide today, I believe. Now in reality I have no idea what that means, as in how far up the cedar fences that water comes. So this is going to be fun. The object of my desire is this. It's actually a little footpath, so when the tide is out you can walk over that. I think it must go over a pipe or something. And I've got an urge to do a long exposure. At the end you can just see there is a marker point. One of them things with a cage on anyway. And beyond that are wind turbines. Now it's actually a very mild afternoon. When I say mild, it's blooming warm. It was 19 degrees as I pulled up in the van, which kind of begs the question, why have I got my hat on? Well, I'm trying to keep the wind from blowing my hair into my face so I can't see what I'm doing, which is what it's doing at the moment. Now I've got set up, and yeah, I'm quite liking that. I'm shooting in landscape orientation to start with. I am going to do a portrait. There is a little bit of cloud cover. It's the further out to sea you get, the less the cloud cover we've got. It's a little bit of a battle because down here we've got massive rocks, and as the water's hitting them, it's just coming straight up, splashing everywhere, including the filters on the front of the camera. But hey, I don't care. So the image I've just taken, I'm shooting at f11, which I am going to move up to, where is it? f14. I was at 30 seconds, and I'm now just going to let that run, because I think for the effect I'm after, I want that to be around about 50 seconds to a minute. On the front of the camera, all I've got is a 0.6 reverse grab. Woo! Because the water is considerably darker than the sky above it, and I have the 10 stop on. I'm amazed at how far up this water comes when we're still at least 45 minutes off of high tide. But it's so good to be back at the coast. And I chose Withernsea because it's only an hour and a half from home. It's a fairly straight run. I knew there was some groins here. I knew there were these marker cages out in the water. And although it's popular, it's not as popular as places like Mablethorpe. It's probably on a par with Hornsea. Right, I'm going to turn that off. Yes, that's better. That's much better. I'm stood dead central to that. But down here, there is a rock that's just encroaching. And there's not one on the other side. There's my OCD, the world of absolute no good. Ah! I told you the water was crashing over the rocks. I think if I can go portrait, it won't bother me quite so much. So I'm going to flip the camera around, wipe the filter off. Oh! I've forgotten how much fun it is getting splashed by seawater. I've got my bag, by the way, well out of the way behind me up here. It's got a couple of splashes on it, but the water's nowhere near. It's not come up past my feet yet. In fact, it's not even reached my feet. So yeah, I'm going to flip that into portrait and see if we can get that. The only really annoying thing is the wind turbines are cutting across the marker. The wind turbines seem to go at an angle. So there's nothing I can do about that, because if I move to my right, so the wind turbines are out of the shot, then this little fence walkway thing is off to my left. So I can't do anything about that. I might have a go at cloning some of them out. Well, we've got quite a breeze going on down here. It's supposed to be a southwesterly wind, and it's coming directly behind me. And I was going to put my hat on, but it's too warm. I've walked a little bit further along the promenade, and there's a remnants of a castle. I don't know if it's a folly or if it's a genuine thing, but I was talking to a gentleman up the top, and he said, oh yeah, that makes a really nice shot. So I thought, I'll come down and have a go. It's not my usual type of landscape because it's got a building in it. I'm at F9. I'm on around about 35 seconds. We have actually got some rather nice clouds. But in order to smooth the water out a little bit, I've had to put the 10 stop on, so the clouds are pretty much turning to mush. They're not scudding across the sky, they're just sort of gently drifting along, minding their own business. So I'm not getting the streakiness that I like, but I think it works. Now at the moment I'm in landscape orientation. I'm shooting from there, so there's just a little bit of space to the left hand side of the castle, or turrets, whatever you like to call them. Then I've got a load of negative space, and I've got the water rushing up along here. I'm going to try it in portrait orientation. Let me just see what that's done. As I say, I thought, well, it's something a little bit different. Might as well have a go while I'm here. The idea of coming here for high tide was I would get images when the tide's coming in, at high tide, and then as a receding tide, and I might even stay till sunset, although sunset is something ridiculous like 9 o'clock. I think the best of the light will have gone by about 7:30, because obviously the sunset's over there. So we're going to lose the light here a lot earlier than actually sunset. Yeah, I kind of quite like that. Not, as I say, not my usual type of image. I just want to tweak the composition a little bit. I was just getting a little bit too much wall in for my liking. The wind's picked up a little bit now. I'm back up on the promenade. So I'm just going to finish off by going down the bottom. I've got a very soggy foot. I'm going to go down the bottom, now that we're getting a bit of light through, and see if there's anything down on the, I don't know what you call it, I suppose it's the second promenade. But I think it's mainly concrete. I say it's a good few years since I've been here, and it's changed a lot. This was the car park that we stopped in, or that we parked in, when we came here one morning. And that was after a trip to Spurn as well, with myself and Andrew. Whereas now I've parked right down on the promenade. But I'm going to have a look and see if we can get anything down here. If not, that's it. Oh, yes, I don't remember any of this. And I'm walking into the wind, so I apologise if it's a bit breezy on the old audio. Ooh! Yep, just going around the corner where it's really windy. It's a proper wind tunnel. You can see behind me loads of groins stretching out, and another one of those, where is it? There, those weird, there's steps so that you can walk over the groins. Very random. Oh, so I'm going to poddle down here. I'm not convinced there's anything else to get down here that I haven't already got. There are groins. There's the markers with red cages. I was hoping that I don't know if you'll make them out for me, the wind farms would catch some light because they'd stand out quite nicely, but they didn't. So I am tempted to hang on for sunset. However, it's Sunday, so it's a school night. I need to get home and have some tea and get ready for work tomorrow. But I've really enjoyed this. I'm looking for kind of maybe different compositions. Oh, I know you're getting blinded because the light's behind me. And sometimes I look at things and think, oh, will that work? We've got some groins just showing their heads around there. We've got these rocks, we've got the waves coming in. I don't know, I might put that to the test. It might not work, I don't know. But that's the beauty of digital. You can try things. Oh, I'm going to be greeted by a doggy. Hello. Oh no, he's not interested in me, he's in the water. Hello, gorgeous. Hello. Hello. As I said, you sometimes have to try things to decide if they're going to work or not. I'm still not convinced about this one. If I don't like it, you're not going to see it. Although, why not? I might as well show you the fails as well as the ones that I'm really happy with. Let me see if I can spin you around and show you what I'm up to. What I'm shooting from is about that groin there, that upright there, with that coming in from the right-hand side, probably just under a third of the way up into the frame, and then it leads you out to the marker post on the left-hand third. And I think it works. Not convinced, but we're giving it a go. I'm on an exposure time of 35 seconds. I think I'm on F9, maybe. I'm shooting at around about 50mm on the 17 to 55. And 30 seconds is taking forever. Well, that's me done for this evening. I think we're going to get a little bit of colour, maybe just on the horizon, maybe that glow. There's some beautiful clouds coming across now. However, there is still that yucky big band of cloud over on the west coast, which I have a feeling is going to block the light. It really doesn't matter because I've got to get home and get ready for work. Have I had a good day? Yep, definitely have. Can't beat being at the coast. This is one of those days where I'm really not bothered if I've got any good images or not. I've got a couple that I think I like, and that's all that matters. There's no real portfolio images, but it's not always about that. What it is about is getting out with your camera, playing, having fun, trying different stuff, and deleting all the ones you don't like. Which in this case today I think will be a fair few. So thank you for coming along. Hope you've enjoyed this quick look around Withernsea. Thanks for all the likes and all the comments and all the subscribers who've joined us. Hope you've all had a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you again next Sunday. Bye for now.